Hey, what is going on everybody? Aaron FPS here, and welcome to another video here on Gaming Vaughn. Of course, a channel where we bring you guys some of the best commentaries as well as some of the best gameplays. And I've said that intro a lot because I do quite a few commentaries on this channel, and I do hope you guys do enjoy them, because if you don't, then I don't really know what the reason of me being here is. And yeah, so you guys better enjoy the commentaries. What you're going to be watching is a 178 and 16 kill Penta KEM strike on the map Strike Zone. Of course, you can see the gameplay in the background. It is with the Honey Badger, and there is a lot of spawn killing going on, but then again, there's a lot of points where he's actually running around and being pretty risky right there. You say he almost died right there on his 7-point streak, but was able to get Dead Man, or not Dead Man, his hand. What is that called? Deadeye. Deadeye is the... I don't even play this game that much anymore, but... Anyway guys, today, like I said, besides the gameplay, is going to be Goat Stuck in a Tree. That is your pub stomper in this video, and today is going to be a very special day for some of you guys if you do enjoy me, if you enjoy my channel, my personal channel, and if you enjoy my commentaries, because I'm going to be giving you guys a sneak peek video, basically, or sneak peek commentary topic that I really didn't plan to do for a really long time on my channel, but I'm going to do it on this channel just because, like I said, it's a pretty long gameplay, about 15 minutes, just because it's 5 KEM strikes in one game. It's pretty cool. It was actually not really cut down at all because every single KEM strike was back to back to back to back to back. So yeah, that's what you're going to be watching in the background. So, like I said, you can see by the title of the video, I'm going to be talking about my YouTube story and what I've gone through to actually get to the point where I am right now. It's been a really long time. And I'm really just recently about to hit 6,000 subscribers, so I've been on YouTube for a really long time. I've gained a pretty good amount of subscribers on a couple different channels, but you guys will learn everything about my life on YouTube within the past about 3 years. So basically I started back in Modern Warfare 2 days. I actually didn't start until the end of Modern Warfare 2, so it was a really... I didn't have... How do I even say this? My first videos that I ever watched on YouTube were actually done from C.E.N. Now, C.E.N. wasn't as big as he is today, but he was definitely one of the biggest commentators back then, just because a lot of people were trying to get into it and really couldn't, just because a lot of the equipment was really, really expensive. It's gone down drastically in the past, like, year or so, just because everybody wants to do it, and they know if they bring down the prices, of course, they're going to get a lot of people to buy them because a lot of people want to do it. So, like I said, C.E.N.'s one of the first commentaries that I ever did see, and I was like, hey, he's talking to people on the internet, and I really like video games, I like talking to people, then maybe I can get into doing something like this. Now, a little bit of some more personal information. This was actually when I used to live in Texas. Now, in Texas, if you guys don't know, like, my whole life story, I'm sure you probably don't, but I used to live where I live now. I used to live here 4 years ago, and we actually moved from here, and that was probably one of the really low points of my life, just because I really love it here. It's probably one of the best places I've lived. I made a lot of really, really close friends, and I had to basically just up and leave all of my friends, and I really didn't get to see them for like 2 years, and that was probably some of the down points of my life because, of course, I didn't want to move. And I didn't want to move to this place that we moved because really there was nothing to do. I did make a few friends over there, some pretty good friends there. But, I mean, it was just not really ideal. So one of the ways that I thought I could maybe cope with me being really sad and not really getting to talk to a lot of people was actually talking to my subscribers. And really, honestly, back then, like I said, I started off with a dazzle on really old Modern Warfare 2 gameplays, and I tried to use my laptop, and they were really, really, really framey. Like, it was literally 2 frames a second in, like, 240p, which is absolutely terrible when it comes to gameplays, but honestly, all I wanted to do was make videos and at least one person watch them, so I could maybe just get my ideas out to people, and just, like I said, at least one person listening to me, than the no people that were actually listening to my personal problems. So, like I said, started off with a Rock Band microphone. It was literally $3. I found it on eBay. A Dazzle, like I said, it was really bad gameplay quality, and a very simple laptop. And that's what I did YouTube for about, I'll say about 3 months, and then it was getting close to my birthday, and I finally got to pick up an actual computer, and I picked up, I think I got the HD PVR, the very first HD PVR that there was, and that was a pretty hefty investment just because, I mean, it was, the HD PVR back then, this first one was like $180, and then, of course, the computer itself, it was like a really low-end computer, but it did get the job done for quite a long time. I had that computer, and it was about $600. It was like a bundle for $600 to $700 with a laptop, or not a laptop. It was the tower, a mouse, a keyboard, and the monitor. So it was pretty sweet, and I got to set up with that. So I started that back on my old channel. It was called Volcom0123, and I don't really know how I came up with that gamer tag. I really made my YouTube channel off of my gamer tag because I didn't want it to make it two things that are different, and I kind of keep that true to today. I try to keep everything the same. So, yeah, I started at the end of Modern Warfare 2, started to do Black Ops 1 gameplays, and that is when I really just got and fell in love with commentating and making videos and playing Call of Duty, because that's literally all I was doing. There's nothing to do back where I used to live in Texas, and I would basically go to school, get home. Sometimes I would go play maybe football or basketball with the few friends that I did have, but for most of the time, really what I would do was wake up, go to school. I would get after school, I would get online, play Black Ops for a few hours. Actually, by a few hours, I meant probably 6 hours. Get a few good gameplays, commentate every single day for a year and a half, and I really didn't get too far with that channel. Maybe 600 to 700 subscribers, and I mean, it was definitely a grind, but I was not that good whatsoever. I mean, nowhere near the level of commentating that I am now, just because it was really weird. At my old house, I actually didn't have a door. It was more of a loft that I stayed in. It didn't really bother me too much because it was pretty big, and I had a lot of room to fit my setup and my bed and all this stuff. And it didn't bother me too much, but the one thing that did bother me was that I had to commentate with an open door. And a lot of you guys, if you're barely getting into commentating, or some of the first times you started commentating, it's very, very weird. For even just listening to yourself, it's very weird to talk into a microphone in a room all by yourself, and then of course people potentially listening. It's just weird. It's a very weird feeling. So, like I said, wasn't that great. It didn't have the best quality. I've been using Sony Vegas ever since I started, so that's one thing that I've stayed consistent throughout the entire time. And it worked out for me, but then again, my channel, the growth was just not there, just because, I mean, it was basically my fault. I know if I have... And this is something I actually think about for sometimes, is if I was the level that I'm commentating now back when I started YouTube, I honestly think I would have a lot more subscribers than I would, because commentating regular videos like I'm doing now, it really isn't as big. It's gotten more towards trolling and the GTA stuff and the funny moments and the funny videos and stuff like that. I'm not too much of a funny guy. I'm more of a voice actor type guy that still loves classic commentaries. But yeah, so enough about my first channel that I ever had. After that, I actually moved on over because when I had that, it was my sophomore year of high school, and then I got to my junior year of high school, and it was one of the most important years. Usually you hear that from your parents and counselors and stuff, just because colleges look at your junior year, because apparently it's the most important. So I had to get a lot of work done. I had to get really good grades, and I mean, trying to get good grades and doing YouTube videos every single day was getting very difficult for me. So I actually opened up a community channel, and this community channel was called Super B's Kill Cams, and it grew pretty fast. So this was actually back in the day where there was community channels. I was like, hey, I can start this up, and maybe it'd be pretty cool. So I started it up, and I saw some very early growth very fast, because about this time was about a year into my YouTube commentating career, and I was a little bit of a better commentator. So I was a commentator for that, and I actually brought on board some other commentators. I don't really remember. I think it was, there was one guy named iLapses Sacco. His name is Nick now. He has a different channel. I also had 408 Baylife. I had, what was his name? I had Baby Jack Zach. His channel it died for some reason, and it just doesn't work anymore. I haven't seen it anywhere. I think it just got randomly terminated. And then the last person that I've made a really, really close relationship with is Jeffology, and you guys probably know who he is because we have the exact same voice settings because of some of the people that we actually worked with later on in Super B's Kill Cam. So I was with Jeffology, and Jeff, I've known him for about 2.5 years now, I have to say. We started back on Super B's Kill Cams, and we actually met, what was it? We met when There was like, if you guys remember that old, it was like an old network, it was called Thrust TV or something like that, and they had like tryouts for a top 5 commentating thing. I tried out for it, and Jeffology is actually one of the guys that actually won, and he beat me on it. I'm not really mad about it because I pulled him into the Super Beast Kill Cams as a commentator, and we both each other grow as far as the channel goes. So like I said, some pretty good growth early on. Probably the first year I got about 2,000 subscribers, or not the first year, but like about the first 8 months I got about 2,000 subscribers, and then within like the kind of death of the channel when I stopped posting on it, I got about up to 3,800, almost 4,000 subscribers. So it was a lot more subscribers than I'd ever had before. I mean, like I said, 600 on my first channel and about almost 4,000 on the second channel that I ever made, which was Super Beast Kill Cams. At this point, I was basically doing very short commentaries because I was just trying to basically run this channel by myself. A lot of the other commentators that I actually pulled on were busy doing a lot of different things, of course, moving up to different schools, college and stuff like that. They just didn't have enough time for YouTube anymore. So I basically, I didn't really have to quit it, but I was basically doing all the videos by myself, and I was actually commentating for other community channels. Now, after when, of course, I started to get better at commentating, I started to commentate for a lot of other channels, and this is where I started to see a lot of growth and getting known by a lot of people, because if you guys remember, it was a community channel called Best COD Shots. They had about 150,000 subscribers for a pretty long time, and I basically helped them grow. I had about 100 commentaries on their channel, and it grew me immensely. I mean, it grew the community channel, and then of course when I started my Aaron FPS channel, it really helped me out at the beginning when I was trying to, of course, gain some subscribers, gain some active subscribers. They actually might all be dead at this point, like dead subscribers and active subscribers, just because it was such a long time ago. But I'm not too caught up about that because, I mean, I've made a couple of videos about it before, but that's something that I really think a lot of you guys should do if you're thinking about starting YouTube and networking and trying to get bigger on YouTube, is to try to make commentaries with other people for other channels. And I mean, I literally did commentaries for probably about 20 plus community channels. PGT World, if you guys remember that, Flatline Editing when it used to be big. I had a few commentaries on a lot on Best COD Shots, on Best COD Hit Markers, Best COD Shot of the Day, COD Shot of the Day, what else? I had some on Machinima Respawn, which was actually a pretty big thing. I didn't gain too many subscribers from that for some reason. It was really weird. I got a lot of hate because I wasn't that great at that time either, and it was all a really good experience. And like I said, about probably after commentating for them a little bit and not being able to upload on my community channel as much, I switched back over to a personal channel because I really wanted to do full-length commentaries. I wanted to make videos, and I wanted people to know me for me rather than knowing me as the owner of a community channel. So I opened up Aaron FPS probably about 2 years ago, right before I moved back to Virginia, and that was something that was just really, really great for me, because I got to move back with my friends, and I got to continue doing the thing that I love, and commentating on YouTube. So one of the biggest things that actually helped me out with Aaron FPS, if you guys know the video games channel, this was actually back when I was commentating. I mean, I've been a commentator for the whole really long time, but I did some top 5 commentary videos for the video games channel. They're currently at 1.8 million subscribers, but back when I started doing it for them, they only had about 40,000. So no, it was probably about 300,000 actually. I gained, I think, like 400 subscribers one day after it was uploaded, and then like 500 the next day, and it was actually really, really good because I gained about 1,000 subscribers. Now again, a lot of those are probably dead at this point, inactive subscribers, and that's, like I said, not too caught up about it. But I did get pretty far on at the beginning of my channel. I grew a lot, and then of course getting into the middle of my life of this channel, probably about 8 months ago, I started to upload a lot less just because I didn't see a lot of growth and I wasn't really happy with it. And then not recently, probably about let's just say August, September, I really wanted to keep uploading and uploading more, and since then I've really been staying on a pretty strict schedule. I've been uploading I started uploading every single day, and then it got really hard to keep up with school, work, and all that stuff, so then I switched to an every other day schedule, and it's been working pretty well for me. I literally have been doing this exact same schedule for probably about 4 to 5 months now, and it's been working good, and that kind of leads up to the current day of me uploading videos every other day and trying to entertain you guys. So anyway, guys, that is the end of this commentary. Go and let me know in the comment section below if you stayed throughout the entire thing, because it really means a lot if you guys did. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.